Good evening. 31st July, Wednesday, Bank Nifty expiry for the week, Bank Nifty expiry for the month, and end of month, calendar month trade plan. Today is 30th of July in the night when we are recording this. Before we look at anything else, let's look first at the monthly chart because month is about to end. 31st is the last date and that is tomorrow. Nifty is doing fine, absolutely cool. Bank Nifty is also okay, just that it is experiencing some profit booking. All right. Nifty RSI is trading at 81, Bank Nifty is 68. Nifty is on slightly higher side, but nothing negative about it so far on the monthly chart. Weekly पे देख लेते हैं. Let's first look at the candlestick patterns. On weekly, this week is ending almost near the top, um, except for, in fact, it's not the weekend. Sorry, my apologies. It's 2 days past the week, and tomorrow is Wednesday. We have a red candle, but it's too early to form an opinion on Nifty. However, for Bank Nifty, clearly in this weekly chart, we are seeing 1, 2, 3, fourth week of down move. With fourth week of down move, let's look at the indicators. Support almost around 60 level at for Bank Nifty, and Nifty is trading at 77.8 on RSI. Look, nothing wrong on Bank Nifty. It has still scope to go down to about 50,930 or 50,700. Till then, I think it should be kind of okay. But remember, this is a weekly analysis I'm telling, and the week is still in progress. Let's come to daily charts. This is where the action is. If you look at purely at the chart patterns, Nifty has experienced an inside bar today. You can see this very clearly. It's an inside bar with some kind of a inverted hammer, gravestone doji kind of a pattern. Now, while this is green and bullish, but the strength of the bulls is being questioned because of the long upper wick. So the selling is emerging from the top. And why not? 25,000 is a very big psychological level. Same case we are seeing in Bank Nifty. So it's a back-to-back two similar candlestick patterns for Bank Nifty, which shows Bank Nifty there is not much room at the top at the moment. Nifty experienced the similar kind of a pattern today. Let's put on the indicators and figure out where we are. Nifty pretty well, 70 RSI, and Bank Nifty's RSI is 48 on daily charts, but there are certain uncomfortable things. Let's go one by one. Let's talk in terms of first the hourly charts. Looks like some kind of a double top here. Number one, it's not yet double top, but it looks like a possible double top in formation. Now, where is the area which we should consider very closely? Today's low will be crucial. Today's low is 24,798. Let's say 24,800 broadly. उस पर अगर सपोर्ट आ गया तो आ गया, otherwise it may slip, and if it slips below 24775, Then the doors are open to further correction up to 24,659 and 24,594. Let's say 24,660 and 24,600. यहां तक के करेक्शन दिखते हैं. If uh, if I have to talk only purely of the mathematical levels, then we can also see 24,464. Let's say 24,500 broadly. जाने की chances कम है at this moment, but if 24,775 breaks, then there is a reasonable chance of at least the first target getting it 24,660. The challenge is, if this breaks, where would Bank Nifty be? Bank Nifty would probably be breaking 51, 155, and the doors will open up to 50,438 or at least 50,500 broadly, which is a decent fall of 5, 6, 700 points. Um, that's one way to look at it. On early charts, Nifty has finally plunged below 60 RSI. Now, this is something that we need to watch out for. I was busy since morning on something urgent. I had to personal and didn't get much time in either in the morning or during the day. But when I came to the market in the afternoon and more specifically towards 3 o'clock or so, I was not that bearish. But the last 1.5 hours made a lot of difference. And in fact, if you see, it started here. I'm talking about Nifty. Started here, went down, went up, came down, and all the way it made a semicircle kind of a thing, and then ended here. The 100% retracement ends somewhere here, 24,800, and that is where the crucial support is. The super trend lies at 24,786, and we have another level at 24,755. यहाँ तक intraday dip is okay. Close should definitely be above 755, 775, and ideally above 800. If not, we will have trouble on Thursday. Abhi, we are talking about what will happen on Wednesday, tomorrow. The high that was made on Monday, yesterday, of 24,999.25, ये चवन्नी जो कम रह गई है ना 25 पैसे, this is where the game is poised. Today's high was 24,971, which means even at 960 to 970, if you broadly see, if I can plot this kind of a line here, if you broadly see, this is where 936, 940 is the range where the resistance starts becoming active. This has to be surpassed. आज एक चीज अच्छी नहीं हुई. One thing which went wrong today is, let me open up the 15 minutes charts. This gap up, if you remember, we had plotted this on Monday, yesterday. This gap up, which was filled, which gave a bounce, and then it was breached, and then it was acting at a resistance. Today morning was breached again, gave a bounce again. However, Nifty ended below this. Now that is not a good news. That is not a good news. The only good news is we are above 200 EMA, but then that may be challenged. So some bounce possible, but if this breaches, then we are definitely going to 24,768 and lower levels. And on the intraday charts, I can see also 24,659 and 24,600 broadly as the levels. The optimism has kind of evaporated. Primarily because the close that we saw in the last 15 minutes was not comfortable. Had it closed above 854 and 857, which was yesterday's close, the optimism would have been good. So this happened in the last 15 minutes. And a little before that, there was a sudden fall. This is probably more visible on the 15-minute charts. This steep fall that came in about 315 and onwards, that created, it's actually 35 and onwards, that created too much of a confusion. Let me put it back into 15 minutes. This is not comfortable. This is not comfortable. So we have to be very careful how we trade in the morning. We will look at where the SGX Nifty is trading at that time. Too early to make guesses. Let's have a look. I think there should be some kind of weakness, and there is. There is. SGX Nifty is trading at 864 versus 929 of Nifty futures. So we are expecting about 70 odd points on the lower side as of now. But then let us see where the SGX Nifty is indicating on Nifty in the morning around 9ish or so. That is when we will figure out what is to be done, and that I will cover in the morning trade. Another thing. Let's look at the top four. Purely from a price action point of view, some kind of a base formation here. However, consistent rejection from near 1639, which is the first resistance. उसके पास भी नहीं पहुंच पा रहा है. That isn't exciting. That just tells us there is too much of rejection here. And the moment this is breached, we can see a fall. Same in case of Reliance, although not much down move, but still from here to here, it's maintained above, close above 3023, but that's about all. For ICICI Bank, there is a very severe pushback despite its might to reach these levels, very high levels on both these days. ICICI Bank, which probably tried its best to bring the Banknifty and Nifty up, faced massive rejection from here. This is telling us a story that there is a massive rejection happening and banks are not in the flavor right now. Infosys managed to kind of hold on, but it did not cross the previous high of 1903. That is another not a very happy sign. So looking at it, I think the weakness is there. ICICI Bank is definitely a cause of concern, and HDFC Bank may become a cause of concern tomorrow if 1588 is breached, even if it is moving down from the current close of 1615. Things may not be very comfortable. सारा का सारा दारोमदार अब आईटी पे है on Infosys and the gang. Too much to ask. Too much to ask, especially knowing that it is already trading at 84.81 RSI on daily charts. Tough. So theoretically, the trend hasn't changed on daily charts. We are not in the we are not in the bear zone. On the hourly chart, again, we are not in the bear zone by the rules, by the technical rules, but definitely not a uh, strength that we can see. These big red candles that we are seeing are telling us the story. There was a confident green up move here, but all other greens are very feeble and do not win any marks as compared to the bears. I was expecting it will close above 24,863 at least. Nahi hua. Last 15 minutes, the game changed. What am I expecting? I'm expecting a down move tomorrow. A red opening tomorrow. Now that depends upon how deep is the red. If it is too deep, we may send some kind of a recovery. If it is small deep, then we will wait for the move. If it is on the upside, the morning trade can be accordingly. If it is on the downside, the morning trade can be planned accordingly. I think at this moment, let's not bias ourselves with any kind of a judgment, though the strength is missing and tone is a little bearish. If this is the summary, this is the summary of the evening. Stay cautious tomorrow. Nothing big time wrong, but nothing great as well. By the way, in case, as and when we see some strength, let's talk about some optimism also. Some strength. We need to have a sustained up move above 9, 930, 940. At least 900 and above could see some strength and 960 के ऊपर जाता है, 980 के ऊपर जाता है. Then 25 could be a possibility. And if that happens, 25049 and 25115 or other 25105 can be seen very quickly. But at this moment, it looks a little tough. So let's see where we open tomorrow and then base our judgments. Too early to make a judgment on the upside. Okay. Thank you so much for your time and be cautious, be careful in terms of trading with RMPS. This can also be a knee-jerk reaction on the SEBI new, minutes of the meeting and possible guidelines for FNO traders. So वो भी हो सकता है. So don't overreact to it. Let things settle. Tomorrow we will get some clarity. Enjoy yourself. Trade peacefully. Go green.